My beloved child, listen to the quiet thunder of my heart as it beats beside yours, for I am closer than your next breath and more faithful than the sunrise. Let the warmth of my presence wrap around your soul like gentle fire, melting every fear that clings to your secret worries. And know that I have chosen you from before the foundations of the earth to walk in light and joy. I surround you with peace that cannot be shaken. I shelter you beneath wings broader than the sky, and I delight in the sound of your laughter the way morning fields delight in fresh rain. Receive this moment as a sacred gift. Breathe deeply of hope, for you are treasured beyond all reckoning, and I will never abandon you, not for an instant. Step into the new day with courage, for my love leads you forward. I see the quiver of your heart when shadows gather, yet I speak calm into every storm swirling around your thoughts, because my voice stills chaos and paints the horizon with promises that outshine the dark. Hear me declare that your value is immutable, more radiant than any gemstone hidden in ancient mountains, fashioned by my hand to reflect glory in ways the earth has never before witnessed. When doubt whispers you are small, remember that I sing your name in constellations and write your story in lines of gold across eternity. Walk confidently. A brighter future awaits you. You are a luminous miracle, a living expression of divine creativity, and I rejoice over the unique harmony you carry within. No other heart echoes your particular song, and I cherish each note. Even when you stumble through valleys of discouragement, I am there, lifting your chin with a tender hand, turning your gaze toward me so you can see the spark of purpose that never goes out. My delight in you is not measured by your performance, but by your being, for you exist because love willed you into being. Embrace this truth and rise. I understand the long nights when sleep flees and silence feels heavy, when questions loop around your mind like relentless winds. I am not distant from that struggle. I am present within it, whispering wisdom more steadfast than time. I hear the invisible tears that fall behind closed doors, and each one lands on my palm where it turns to pearls of compassion that I store as testimony of your courage. When loneliness claws at your chest, remember that I occupy the very space between your heartbeats, knitting comfort with every pulse of blood. Hold fast, for help is already on the way. Your worth cannot be erased by failure, nor tarnished by opinions spoken in haste, for I engraved your identity on the very core of my being. No circumstance can smudge that mark. Just as stars remain majestic even when cloaked by storm clouds, so your inherent beauty persists through every season of confusion. Do not measure yourself by moments of weakness. Measure by the enduring love that called you good long before you could utter a single word. Lift your head, see the grace that surrounds you. I have walked beside you through every corridor of memory, even the ones you'd rather forget, and I turn those halls into sanctuaries of redemption because nothing is beyond my power to heal. Those mistakes that sting like salt upon open wounds, I transform them into gardens where new virtue sprouts in unexpected colors, vibrant with lessons that will guide your future paths. Let your heart rest in the assurance that I make all things new, and that includes the fragile spaces you hide from others. Trust me, for restoration is unfolding. When you feel the world pressing hard, remember that I am your shield, strong as mountains and gentle as dawn. My defense never cracks, my refuge never closes, and I invite you to dive into the refreshing river of my grace, where burdens dissolve in holy waters. Every accusation hurled against you shatters against the fortress of my truth, because I have already spoken a higher verdict. You are mine, and that settlement is final. Gaze at the sky tonight, and notice how stars dance without striving. Likewise, you were made to shine without fear. Take refuge and thrive. I am ordering your steps with hidden precision, weaving details you cannot yet perceive, aligning people, places, and timing so that each promise ripens at its perfect season. Patience, dear soul, is not passive but powerful, for it shares in my eternal perspective. While you wait, I am sculpting character resilient as diamond, cultivating compassion deep as oceans, forging joy that laughs at the future because it trusts the hand writing the story. Therefore, do not despair at delays, for delay is the canvas where miracles reveal their finest shades. Hold my hand and anticipate wonder. Pour your questions into prayer, like fragrant oil upon my feet, for I treasure honesty, and I respond with light that dispels confusion's mist. Talk to me freely, using simple words or even silent breaths. No formula is required because I interpret the language of the heart. When you cannot articulate your pain, I hear the crackle of every unspoken thought, and my spirit translates groans into clear petitions before heaven's throne. Cast every anxiety into my vast ocean of care and watch them sink beneath waves of peace. Keep the conversation flowing, healing flows with it. In moments where shame lurks like a shadow behind past choices, listen as I unfurl a banner over you emblazoned with forgiven, redeemed, and beloved. These words are not conditional but permanent. I have buried your sin in a grave that cannot be opened, sealed by the same power that raised life from death. Let no one dig up what I have cast away. Walk clothed in joyful humility, for grace is your garment, and dignity rides upon your shoulders like royal robes. Step forward in purified confidence. Gather your dreams like seeds, even those crushed by disappointment, and hand them to me. I plant them in soil enriched with hope and water them with rain that falls right on time, causing life to surge where you once saw only dry ground. Perhaps the harvest appears slow, but trust the hidden germination, for I specialize in resurrections unseen by the human eye. The day is coming when what you sowed in tears will bloom in brilliant colors, drawing others into the shade of your breakthrough. Stay expectant. Your field will flourish. When you weary of fighting battles that seem to multiply, remember that I am the Lord of angel armies, and no weapon forged against you will prosper, because my strategy encompasses every battlefield, past, present, and yet to come. I surround you with warring angels whose blades reflect the fire of holiness, and they stand watch so you can rest even when enemies prowl. Learn to win by worship, for praise confounds opposition and pulls miracles into the tangible realm. Lift your voice, victory resonates within you. I delight in the intimate details of your story, from the humble cup of water you share with a stranger to the private prayers you whisper in the quiet corner of a crowded room. Nothing escapes my notice. Those seemingly small gestures carry eternal weight because love turns every moment into kingdom advance. Keep sowing kindness even when unseen, for I am the witness, and your reward is safe in my keeping. Persevere in goodness, it springs back, multiplied. Even in seasons where circumstances obscure your talents, I have not misplaced your gifts. I am stretching them like canvas so they can hold greater artistry when the appointed hour arrives. The skills you think are being wasted are actually maturing, deepening roots, so the eventual branches can bear fruit that lasts. Trust the hidden growth. I am the master gardener. Continue cultivating. A harvest of impact is forming. Some days your reflection in the mirror seems smudged by uncertainty, but I gaze upon you with eyes blazing with pure delight, seeing past the surface into the galaxy of potential I planted inside. I whisper through every heartbeat that you are handcrafted in excellence, radiating splendor more dazzling than autumn forests or sunrise-tinted clouds. Judge yourself no longer by fleeting emotions, but by my everlasting affirmation. Walk tall, your true identity is secure. I understand the pressure to perform, to prove your worth through relentless activity, yet I invite you to replace striving with abiding, to settle into the soft place of my rest where your soul inhales peace like fresh air. As you rest, I still work on your behalf, orchestrating outcomes you could never draft in your own blueprint, because I am both architect and foundation. Rest is not wasted time, it is the strategy of those who trust omnipotence. Lie down in green pastures and rise refreshed. When questions rage like wildfire, about purpose, about pain, about seemingly unanswered petitions, remember that mystery is the womb of revelation, and I am the midwife guiding insight to term. I do not dismiss your doubts. Instead, I guide them toward deeper wisdom where they are transformed into stepping stones of faith. Ask, seek, knock, and watch as doors of understanding swing open with a gentle hinge, revealing beauty beyond previous perception. Keep seeking, discovery awaits. I have placed around you people who reflect different facets of my heart. Some offer encouragement, some sharpen character, some challenge growth. And though relationships can chafe like iron against iron, they forge resilience that polishes your shine. Do not run from difficult conversations. Embrace them as chisels shaping masterpieces. In community, wounds gain balm, and joy resounds like choirs celebrating victory. Value connection. Together you rise. Let joy be your compass, not a mere feeling but a supernatural force that laughs at adversity because it knows the ending written in grace. Allow it to bubble up in midst of mundane routines, coloring your day with tones of heaven. Joy is the banner under which despair loses its grip, a melody that flows from the source of all goodness. Nurture it with gratitude, guarding it from thieves of comparison and negativity. Rejoice always, glory grows here. When news headlines shout chaos, set your eyes upon me, and let my peace buffer your mind like a gentle shield across exposed nerves. My peace is not fragile, not tied to circumstances, but rooted in the unchanging nature of who I am. Deliberately slow your breath. Inhale my stability. Exhale every burden you were never meant to carry. Anchored in this peace, you become a beacon for others lost at sea. Stay grounded. Your calm will guide many. My child, let gratitude pour from your spirit like golden wine, because every breath you draw is a gift laced with miracles you have not yet counted, and as you notice each small mercy, your vision widens until you perceive the grand tapestry I weave around your days. Praise is not flattery but inner alignment, tuning your soul to the frequencies of heaven so hope can resonate without distortion. When thankfulness becomes your first reaction, darkness finds no foothold, and the path before you glistens even under clouds. Choose gratitude. Strength flows from it. I speak life into every dry bone of desire that lies dormant in the attic of your heart, breathing creative power that quickens dormant potential and reanimates forgotten visions. Because nothing I plant within you is meant to die. It merely waits for the appointed hour to emerge, and that hour approaches like dawn pressing against the horizon. Listen to your inner holy longing. It is a compass set to true north, guiding you toward destiny corridors designed for your feet alone. Follow the stirring. Purpose is meeting you. Sometimes the weight of regret sits on your shoulders like a stone giant. Yet I remind you that I cast your mistakes into oceans so deep that even memory cannot retrieve them. For I prefer to reference your future rather than your past. Release the burden you were never meant to lug across new territory. Travel light so you can run with wind at your back. Let go, new adventures await. Your prayers do not vanish into empty air. They rise like scented incense spiraling toward my throne, and I collect each one in crystal bowls, tipping them back to earth as answers that arrive in perfect timing, sometimes disguised as opportunity, sometimes as peace, sometimes as courage to act. Keep speaking, keep seeking, keep knocking, because my door remains unlocked and my heart forever open. Persist. Interaction with me transforms everything. I have orchestrated crossroads where you will encounter people who need the hope you carry, and as you pour out encouragement, you will discover that my joy multiplies inside you, refilling faster than you can give. For generosity is a river fed by the spring of divine abundance. Notice the weary faces, offer simple kindness, and watch how miracles ripple outward beyond what eyes can trace. Serve freely. Impact grows quietly but powerfully. When temptation prowls, promising shortcuts that bypass character, remember that I offer something richer, the thrill of integrity and the freedom of an undivided heart. Choose fidelity to your values even when no witness stands nearby, because heaven sees and records courage in indelible ink. Resist the lure of easy compromises, for they taste sweet but leave souls parched. Instead, drink of uprightness, and your spirit will flourish like a tree planted by living waters. Stand firm, victory crowns the steadfast. Do not fear your humanity, for I fashioned fragility to become a showcase for power, allowing my strength to shimmer through your cracks, like sunlight pouring through stained glass, beauty heightened by imperfection. Cease striving to look flawless. Instead, let authenticity invite others into truth, because shared vulnerability builds holy bridges that pride could never span. Embrace realness. Freedom flows there. I whisper wisdom during seemingly mundane tasks, folding laundry, commuting, washing dishes, moments the world deems ordinary, yet I deem sacramental, for every second pulses with eternal significance when we are together. Train your inner ear to catch these gentle frequencies. A single downloaded idea can alter directions, unlock breakthroughs, and bless generations unborn. Remain attentive. Revelation is often subtle. Remember the rhythm of Sabbath, a sacred pause woven into creation's heartbeat, where striving ceases and souls inhale refreshment. Honor this cycle, and you align with cosmic order that keeps galaxies spinning without stress. Turn screens off, step outside, feel grass beneath bare feet. Let the breeze recite psalms across your skin and worship me with silence as much as song. Rest well. Power renews in stillness. I am the author of beauty, and I hide my signature in petals, nebulae, snowflakes, and even the twinkle of your own eyes. Soaking in beauty is not a luxury, but a spiritual discipline that reawakens wonder and dismantles cynicism. Let your gaze linger on sunsets without hurry, trace constellations, listen to laughter echoing off kitchen walls. These are portals that usher courage and widen hearts. Seek beauty. Hope flows from awe. When finances tighten like winter earth, recall that I own cattle on 1,000 hills and command streams of provision to flow where I direct. Steward wisely, sow generously, and trust me to supply your needs according to glorious riches unseen. Abundance is not merely the accumulation of coins, but the presence of contentment rooted in security of being loved by the source. Believe, I am your provider. If health battles grip your body, envision my healing light flooding every cell with restorative energy, knitting tissues, balancing systems, calming inflammation, and reviving exhausted nerves. Even as you pursue medicine and counsel, cling to my name as Great Physician, whose word overrides every negative prognosis. Speak life over yourself. Declare my promises louder than reports. Receive. Recovery sparks from faith. Carry my word like a lantern in dark alleys of information overload. Scripture is not ancient dust, but living fire that reveals pathways and burns away deception. Let verses become breath prayers on your lips, simple phrases repeated until anxiety dissolves. I am with you. I will never forsake you. My grace is sufficient. Meditate. Truth liberates. Some seasons require courageous goodbyes, releasing habits, environments, or even friendships that hinder growth. Endings can ache, yet they make room for beginnings that align with heaven's upsurge. Trust me to comfort while you grieve transitions, and watch me replace loss with relationships that fan your faith like fresh wind stoking embers into flame. Surrender. Greater alignment unfolds. I have written laughter into your design as holy medicine, loosening knots of tension, flooding blood with joyous chemistry, and reminding hearts that eternity already pulses within earthly moments. Refuse to let troubles steal your humor. Find reasons to smile. Let giggles escape during prayer. Tell stories that sparkle with lightness. This is not irreverence, but evidence of trust. Rejoice. Gladness disarms gloom. Be attentive to dreams I send by night. Sometimes answers slip through subconscious stages, painting symbols that reveal direction. Keep a journal by your pillow, jot impressions when dawn's first bird sings, and pray for discernment. I still speak through visions, nudges, and sudden impressions at midday, weaving clarity through the fabric of mystery. Listen. Guidance is multicolored. Forgive quickly, repeatedly, extravagantly, not because offenses are trivial, but because unforgiveness chains your heart to past pain, while grace unlocks doors to expansive joy. I empower you to release debts as I released yours. Each act of mercy becomes seed that returns future harvests of peace. Let go. Freedom multiplies. In battle with self-criticism, wield the shield of identity I bestow, reminding the inner accuser that you are a new creation, clothed in righteousness not earned but given. Answer harsh inner voices with gentle truth. I am loved. I am pursued. I am secure. Speak these phrases until they echo naturally across mental landscapes. Affirm. Truth disarms shame. I celebrate creativity. Songs, poems, businesses, technological innovation, because each inventive spark mirrors my original genius. Pursue art without fear, design solutions, draft stories, code programs, or plant gardens, and watch how my spirit breathes through your fingers to bless culture. Do not hide talents under bushels of insecurity. Let them shine forth to serve communities. Create. The world needs your color. When storms of global uncertainty roar, anchor in the unchanging throne where I sit undefeated. History's scripts shift, but my kingdom stands unmoved, and my plans remain on course. Engage current events with wisdom. Pray for leaders. Act with compassion, yet keep hearts steady by gazing at me more than news feeds. Stay rooted. Eternity overrides turbulence. Let the word enough echo through your life. My grace is enough. Your small offerings are enough when surrendered. The progress you made today is enough. Banish perfectionism, because the journey of transformation proceeds step by step under patient grace. Rest in adequacy rooted in me, and watch fruit ripen without frantic self-accusation. Accept. Contentment breeds sustainability. I am awakening in you a holy boldness that refuses to settle for mediocrity. Speak truth with love, pray audacious prayers, dream seemingly impossible dreams, and act as though miracles are normal currency, because in my economy, they are. Dare to risk your reputation for compassion, champion the marginalized, stand for justice even when it costs comfort. I will back your yes with supernatural support. Step out. Courage inspires change. Cultivate silence amid constant noise. Withdraw occasionally to solitary hillsides, empty churches, quiet bedrooms, or even parked cars. turning off notifications until souls can breathe unfiltered air. In that stillness, subconscious clutter drains, and you hear my heartbeat synchronizing with yours. Be still. Revelation blossoms in quiet. Guard your thoughts, for they shape emotions and steer choices. Treat each attitude like a seed. Some produce toxic weeds, others vibrant gardens. Invite my word to adjudicate which thoughts stay and which must leave. Replace each lie with proclamations of truth until new neural pathways hum with light. Think well, transformation begins inside. I empower you with discernment to recognize spiritual seasons. There is a time to sow, a time to rest, a time to war, a time to celebrate. Do not envy another's timeline, for your calendar is custom crafted. Observe inner promptings and external confirmations, then flow with the tempo of grace. Align, timing is as sacred as vision. Nurture childlike wonder, ask questions, explore nature, laugh freely, because the kingdom belongs to such as these. Sophistication can complicate trust, but simplicity unlocks miracles. View life as grand adventure guided by a good father who delights in surprises. Be curious. Wonder keeps faith fresh. I promise to wipe every tear and to make all things right. Yet until that final restoration, I gift you courage to persevere and compassion to lighten others' loads. In serving, you encounter my heart more deeply than in safe isolation. Carry each other's burdens and so fulfill my law of love. Serve. Community heals wounds. Your future gleams like morning dew under newborn sun, and though current vistas show obstacles, I see paths opening like red seas parted. What seems mountains are mere stairs when climbed in partnership with me. Trust steps you cannot yet visualize, for I hold maps your eyes have not scanned. Walk forward. Promised land approaches. Hold loosely to material things, yet steward them faithfully. Possessions are tools, not trophies, resources to extend goodness. Feed the hungry, clothe the poor, support the proclamation of hope. As you pour out, I refill. This is the economics of kingdom abundance. Give generously, supply shall abound. I have inscribed your name upon my palms, meaning you are ever before my face. Prayer is not an interruption, but anticipated conversation in my daily agenda. Come boldly to the throne of grace whenever guilt tries to barge in, and watch how mercy outruns accusation every single time. Approach, unconditional welcome awaits. Let songs of worship rise even before answers manifest, for praise releases power. Walls crumble, chains fall, hearts mend in the presence of exalted truth. Sing out of tune if needed, whisper if you must, shout if you can. Sound quality matters less than heart honesty. Worship. Heaven touches earth there. I am weaving reconciliation into broken family threads, softening hearts, sparking conversations, prompting apologies, guiding boundaries. Keep praying and stay open to miracle moments where decades of hurt dissolve in seconds of humility. Nothing is too tangled for my fingers to untie. Hope again, restoration brews. As daylight fades, tuck your worries into my hand and lie down in peace. Istan guard through each watch of the night, dispatching angels to protect, serenading your subconscious with lullabies of promise, so dreams become gardens of hope where morning blossoms. Sleep soundly, tomorrow dawns brighter. I pour out revelation like morning light over an awakening city, illuminating avenues you never knew existed. So pay attention to subtle glimmers, nudging you toward small acts of obedience. Great doors swing on apparently insignificant hinges, and I take delight in watching your courage bud from a single yes that seems ordinary but reverberates across eternity. Maintain a posture of listening even while handling routine responsibilities, because transformation often blooms in the middle of the mundane. Expect surprises, destiny hides in everyday moments. I invite you to partner with my spirit in eradicating injustice, for compassion is not merely an emotion but a revolutionary force when empowered by heaven. Speak for the voiceless, defend the weak, lift the fallen, and you will discover my power flowing through your hands like liquid fire that heals wounds society ignored. Do not underestimate the authority vested in your kindness, for small seeds of love dismantle giant systems of oppression when watered by my grace. Act justly. Freedom multiplies where love leads. I am sharpening your discernment so you can detect counterfeit opportunities that promise quick success yet drain souls. Wisdom will stir an inner check, a quiet warning echoing like distant thunder, nudging you to pause, pray, and consult Scripture before committing. Heed those warnings, for they are guardrails keeping you on paths of life. Listen well. Safety dwells in discernment. Remember that patience is more than waiting. It's active trust in my timeline, a deliberate choice to cultivate peace while promises ripen. Like farmers who keep working even when sprouts remain hidden beneath soil, continue stewarding your gifts while breakthroughs gestate unseen. Eventually, the earth will crack open with new life and people will call it sudden, yet you will know it was steady. Persevere. Harvest seasons never fail. I deliver joy in unexpected packages, sometimes through children's laughter skipping down sidewalks, sometimes through elderly wisdom wrapped in wrinkled smiles, sometimes through your own memories bubbling up with fond light. Collect these moments, string them like colored lanterns within your heart, and let their glow remind you that goodness still floods the world I created. Celebrate often, radiance expands with gratitude. When you encounter doors seemingly slammed shut, resist the urge to pound in frustration. Instead, ask me whether I close them for protection or redirection, and I will whisper strategies that unveil windows or entirely new paths. Rejection can be divine rerouting toward a landscape richer in purpose than what you first desired. Trust my closures. They safeguard greater openings. Allow my word to saturate your imagination until scripture scenes become vibrant canvases where you can taste sea spray from parted waters, feel desert heat around prophetic bones, and hear resurrection songs exploding from empty tombs. Such holy immersion fuels faith that cannot be intimidated by present Goliaths. Read, visualize, believe, and your mind will echo with supernatural possibility. Soak deeply, faith soars on living stories. I breathe courage into dreamers whose visions appear ridiculous to pragmatic eyes. Do not resize your calling to fit the comfort zones of critics, for I specialize in accomplishments that start with impossible, blossom into unlikely, and finish as inevitable. Embrace holy audacity, for when I declare something shall be, the entire universe reconfigures to support that decree. Dream big. Heaven backs you. In financial stewardship, prioritize generosity, for giving is the key that unlocks reservoirs of supply. As you channel blessings outward, I replenish you with measure pressed down, shaken together, and running over, because my kingdom operates on abundant cycles, not scarcity. Let budgets become blueprints of compassion, revealing my character to observers who wonder why you give with joy. Invest in others. Divine economy never goes bankrupt. I am orchestrating redemption in stories that appear irreversible. Addictions, estrangements, injustices, spinning ashes into crowns. Hold space for miracles by refusing to label any person hopeless. Pray persistently, speak life unapologetically, and witness how even tombs of habit crack open when confronted by resurrection authority. Believe relentlessly. Restoration loves impossible cases. Seek counsel from mature, spirit-led voices, for I speak through community to provide balance and guidance. Lone wolf spirituality often mutates into deception, but iron sharpens iron when hearts submit under love. Value accountability, welcome correction, and watch your gifts sparkle brighter after every respectful dialogue. Walk together. Unity magnifies impact. Your body is a temple hosting divine presence. Nourish, rest, and exercise in honor of that holy occupancy, refusing cultural extremes of indulgence or obsession. Health is stewardship, enabling you to run with endurance and worship with vigor. Cherish each heartbeat as a drum pulsing worship back to its creator. Care well, vitality glorifies God. I infuse ordinary meals with sacramental grace when shared in fellowship. Conversations over bread and soup often unlock inner prisons faster than formal sermons. Invite neighbors, colleagues, strangers to your table, and watch walls crumble beneath the simple power of listening. Extend hospitality. Miracles live in shared spaces. In seasons of spiritual dryness, when prayer feels like dust and scripture like closed doors, do not condemn yourself. Such deserts are invitations to seek deeper wells where rivers flow beneath surface sand. Keep digging with worship and perseverance until water bursts forth, refreshing not only you, but those who come after. Endure. Oases wait below desolate ground. I remind you that spiritual warfare is fought from a place of victory, not for victory. The cross already sealed authority, so wield that truth like a trumpet blast against fearsome illusions. Declare my word, stand on promises, and see how darkness flees before light that never flickers. Fight confidently, battle lines favor the redeemed. Let art be intercession, paint hope, write melodies of healing, choreograph movements that echo liberation, creative expression forms, prayers visible to ears that never heard scripture, and I anoint such beauty to reach souls unreachable by conventional rhetoric. Release your creativity without apology. Culture thirsts for redeemed artistry. Create boldly. Glory shines in color. Practice the discipline of remembrance. Recount miracles already experienced, jobs provided, diseases healed, relationships mended. Stack them like stones of Ebenezer, so future fears crash against memorials of faithfulness. Journal victories, testify publicly, and watch courage multiply with every retold story. Remember, testimony fortifies tomorrows. If comparison tries to hijack your peace, recall that your race is uniquely marked. Another's progress neither delays nor diminishes your own, for my calendar fits all children without congestion. Cheer for fellow travelers, bless their wins, and you will discover fierce contentment blossoming inside. Rejoice in others. Love casts out envy. I encircle your mind with a helmet of salvation, shielding thoughts from fiery lies that hiss, unworthy, alone, too late. Rehearse truth until neural pathways build habitual hope. Declare, I am redeemed, I am loved, I am called, until these affirmations become background music to every activity. Think on truth. Renewal transforms identity. Spiritual gifts are not badges of hierarchy, but tools for service. Prophesy to encourage, teach to equip, lead to empower, give to supply. Each function harmonizes into symphonies of kingdom advance when orchestrated by love. Seek gifts earnestly, yet display them humbly, remembering that the giver is always greater than the gift. Serve cheerfully. Unity amplifies power. I cultivate humility within you not to diminish confidence, but to anchor it in reality. All good originates from me, yet I share it freely with you. Thus walk tall yet bow low, celebrating achievements while crediting grace. Humility opens doors that pride locks. Stay lowly. Heaven exalts servants. Sometimes my guidance arrives through holy interruptions, detours, delays, unexpected meetings. Pay attention rather than grumble, for burning bushes often appear in unplanned clearings. Respond with, "Here I am," and watch ordinary ground turn holy beneath your feet. Be flexible. Divine appointments seldom follow calendars. Your voice carries weight in the unseen realm. When you declare blessing over children, cities, or nations, angels receive orders to carry out those words. Speak life daily, over classrooms, hospital wards, office floors, and you will co-author societal transformation. Bless audaciously. Your words build worlds. If anxiety spikes at midnight, breathe slow, whisper my name, and envision my hand smoothing electric storm clouds swirling in your chest. Receive peace like velvet settling over frantic thoughts. Nighttime belongs to me, and I compose lullabies and stars just to calm your soul. Rest deeply. Dawn brings new mercies. I am teaching you to hear my laughter dancing across galaxies, joy unshakable that existed before time began. Tuning into that laughter disarms gloom, granting bold perspective that reminds temporary troubles of their smallness. Listen closely. Cosmic joy is contagious. Take courage to apologize quickly when wrong, to forgive swiftly when wronged, and to reconcile eagerly when relationships fracture. Peacemakers resemble their father and inherit earthly influence. Cultivate soft hearts and thick skin, and you will glow with resilient kindness. Pursue peace. Divine DNA shines in unity. I have embroidered significance into hidden seasons of caregiving, diaper changing, spreadsheet balancing, patient charting, and late-night studying. There are no junior callings, only different battlefronts. Serve with excellence wherever placed, and promotion will chase you at the ordained time. Honor. Every stage, faithfulness attracts favor. In moments of doubt, borrow faith from community. Let friends pray when your voice trembles. Let mentors speak. Promise when your ears ring with fear. I designed interdependence so that weak links are fortified by surrounding strength. Ask for help. Humility invites miracles. Do not despise tears. They are liquid prayers that speak volumes when words fail. I collect each drop, interpreting pain into petitions, and I answer with comfort richer than mere solutions because I value heart connection over quick fixes. Weep freely. Healing flows in honest emotion. I play songs in the night, lyrics rising spontaneously, melodies humming through corridors of consciousness. Sing them aloud even if softly. Worship shifts atmospheres, reroutes spiritual weather patterns, and ushers angels into battle formations. Sing bravely. Sonic light scatters darkness. When opportunities exceed capacity, practice Sabbath. Know to protect priorities. Productivity without boundaries breeds burnout, but a well-placed no secures longevity for eternal assignments. Seek me for daily yes and no, and you'll pace grace rather than chase exhaustion. Choose wisely. Margin hosts wonder. Celebrate progress, however incremental, for every micro step toward healing or holiness resounds in heaven like thunderous applause. Perfection is a direction, not a day on the calendar. Clap for growth, testify of tiny victories, and watch momentum snowball. Rejoice continually. Forward is forward. I am the father who runs toward prodigals, and also pleads with elder siblings to join the celebration. Whichever role you identify with, know that my love envelops both, calling the distant to come home and the loyal to rest from striving. Enter the party. Everything I have is yours. Embrace grace, inheritance awaits. Keep an eternal perspective. Life here is vapor compared to the ocean of forever, yet decisions made in vapor echo into infinity. Steward time with purpose, savor beauty, love fiercely, and invest in souls, for those are the currencies that follow you beyond sunset. Live wisely. Forever starts now. And now, beloved child, I seal these words upon your spirit with a blessing born from immutable love. May peace like a crystal river wash every corner of your mind. May hope ignite like morning sun across your dreams. May strength rise inside your bones like mountain granite, and may joy unfurl like blossoms that refuse to close even at night. I walk ahead into your tomorrows, clearing obstacles, lighting street lamps, and leaving breadcrumbs of wonder so you never doubt my guidance. Hold fast, for I am for you, I am with you, and I will carry you from first breath to final heartbeat and beyond into glorious continuity where tears are banned and celebration is endless. Look up, dear one. The best is still on its way.